You're very welcome to today's episode of Skin Deep by Karina Tolan. I have with me Sarh Miller, creator and founder of No Hurt, No Harm. A fantastic brand that Sarah sent this to me maybe 6 months or more now, and I've been continuously using it, trying to encourage as many people, my kids, my family, even Niall, who's here with us today. I asked him, would he have a shot? He was out last night and he wasn't going to take the risk. But it's an incredible product. So I really wanted to have this opportunity to speak with you about it, what inspired you to bring it to market, give us some information, some background on it, and then I will share, of course, my experience with it. But I'd love to hear from you and other customers what the feedback is. So bring us right back. Tell us how No Hurt, No Harm came about and what exactly it is.
First of all, thanks so much for inviting me. I really appreciate it and giving us the exposure that we really want. So how it all started really is back in years ago. I was about 20. I worked in Petermark, and I used to stop into a smoothie shop on the way to work every morning. And then one morning I went in and they literally had these trays of grass, and they had wheatgrass shots. One shot equals 1 kg of veg. And I was like, what's that? And she said, well, one wheatgrass is like an unbelievable superfood, and one shot has the same nutritional as an entire kg of veg. And I was like, whoa, really? Yeah, bang a shot of that in, please. And so I started having wheatgrass like every day on the way to work, and I felt amazing on it, right? So that was really the first seed. And then years later, I started businesses and stuff like that, and I went through, say, slumps of, feeling tired, and then going, right, well, what can I do to look after myself better? Yeah. Jesus, do you remember those wheatgrass shots years ago? Yeah. I'd love to take them again. Yeah. So I couldn't find them anywhere. I couldn't find anywhere that just juiced them or that they were readily available. So I started to grow wheatgrass myself. Mm-hmm. So it's quite laborious. So you have to have a couple of trays on the go at any one time, because it's nearly a full tray in one shot. Okay. So so if you want to have a shot every day, you have to have 3 or 4 on the go all the time. So you grow it, you have to cut it, you have to put it in a specialised masticating juicer. It's not a normal juicer. And then cleaning that juicer out, you have to have a toothbrush, because it's fibrous grass that's in it. It's not like a normal vegetable. Yeah. So it's quite laborious for your little shot of juice, but that little shot is like pure liquid gold for your body. And so I felt the benefits, so I kept up the work. But then, of course, I had children, and I changed my wheatgrass for making bottles and scrubbing bottles and all the rest. I didn't have the time to do everything. But more than ever, I needed it, because my firstborn didn't sleep for like 4.5 years. So I was absolutely exhausted. And I had a couple of businesses on the go, I had a baby, never slept, absolutely wrecked. And I was like, I really need to get back on the wheatgrass or whatever. So again, I was like looking for wheatgrass everywhere, and the best I could find was frozen wheatgrass. So it was raw, but it was frozen, which was fine for a while I was at home, but totally inconvenient. I couldn't bring it to work. They were in crappy little containers, so even if you brought them to work, they might be half defrosted by the time you got there. So they were only really useful at home, but you'd have to remember to take them out the night before and stuff. So that was all grand. And then during lockdown, when I actually had some time to be at home, everyone's obviously sick with COVID and this, that and the other, I immediately thought, right, well, I want to do my best to keep myself as healthy as possible. I need to get back on my wheatgrass shots. So again, I couldn't find them anywhere, and I was like, right, am I going to start growing and shopping again? No. So what I decided to do was I sought out a farmer, and he grows all the wheatgrass for me. And so I had a few meetings with him, and I started No Hurt, No Harm during lockdown then. So he does all of the growing and the production now for me, and now it's bottled. But I coupled wheatgrass with another superfood. Okay. So I only do 2 shots. One is the wheatgrass, potent superfood, and the other is broccoli sprout and beetroot. Yeah. So again, broccoli sprouts, people don't know how potently nutritious broccoli sprouts are. So there's a compound in broccoli sprouts called sulforaphane, and you can only get sulforaphane in cruciferous vegetables. So you can only get it in the likes of broccoli, kale, the dark leafy veg, the stuff that we're all supposed to be eating that none of us eat, right? Yeah. But in the broccoli sprout, compared to the adult broccoli, there's 100 times more sulforaphane than the adult broccoli. So we juice just the broccoli sprouts, and we we marry that with the beetroot, which is also another little superfood. So the 2 shots that we have are basically unbelievable superfoods. So one is like 1 shot of wheatgrass has the same nutritional value as a kg of veg, and then your broccoli, sprout and beetroot, because of the sulforaphane content in it, it's linked to anti-carcinogenic. People who have cancer take it, and it can literally, it heals the body so unbelievably fast and well. And the beetroot as well, like that combined with the broccoli sprouts, for people with like eczema or psoriasis, it literally reduces your inflammation so quickly, but you're doing it completely naturally. There's no side effects. And so it's just incredible for your body. So if you're to take nothing else, and most of us don't take everything that we're supposed to, take 2 shots of them, then you can have your box ticked and you're like, right, I know I'm getting so much raw, pure nutrition, and that's something that you don't have to worry about then.
Absolutely. Well, there's so much there. There's so many points that I was like, So, okay. Seeing as you're here on Skin Deep by Karina Tolan, let's go to the skin.
Yes,
because that's the reason why you reached out to me.
Yeah.
So the skin benefits, what have you noticed? Because anybody who presents to me with inflammatory skin condition, I've started to include these shots in with my recommendations of probiotics, etc., etc. And the reason for that is when a skin's barrier is so compromised, I work by strengthening that first before introducing topicals. So when the skin is healthier, we can then look at working with our topical skincare. So I like to heal the skin from within. Now, Sarah, I'm going to tell you now, people don't even like to hear that. People for some reason don't want to put the hard work in. I don't know, is it that we live in this world where everything is touch of a button, instant gratification, instant kind of information, that they feel that they will buy into these lasers and pulse light treatments in the hope to cure something like rosacea, which is pure inflammation in the body.
I know.
And is never going to be healed by this. There's going to be thousands of euro out. So I love that soft and slow approach and build the body up from within. So I'm going to say to you that these are prebiotics as well, because these are making your gut healthy too.
100% amazing for your gut.
Yeah, and you know, once we have to heal the gut, all inflammation in the body stems from the gut. And then what's happening is when we start to heal the gut, our mental health is improving because of the serotonin is all made in the gut. Well, 80% of it is made in the gut. So talk to me about your customers, if you wish, that have come to you with skin issues. What have they noticed? What are they leaning for?
100%.
Are they going with both shots or are they going with one?
So I recommend both shots, and the reason for that is I only do 2 shots, and the reason I only do 2 shots in the whole company is because they both provide different benefits, but combined, you're literally giving your body everything it could possibly need. Now, obviously, you need oils on top of that and stuff, but like the wheatgrass alone has 103 vitamins, minerals, enzymes, and amino acids in it alone. That's just one of the shots. And the thing is with these juice that I want to get across, and I want the whole purpose of No Hurt, No Harm, is that I want people to know that there is a raw, pure, I don't want to call it a supplement, but you are supplementing your diet with these. But the only supplements available to us are powdered capsules. So they're the only supplements available to you, other than the health shots that are in the larger supermarkets and stuff. But the thing with those health shots is they will have buzzwords on them like wheatgrass, but what I have found is there's 5% in it. You're drinking pineapple juice because it's expensive, it's laborious, it's difficult to grow. So they only put 5% in it, and it's probably 5% of powdered wheatgrass. This is 99.8% pure wheatgrass, and there's only a 0.2 vegan lactic acid in it. So there is nothing unnatural. There's no bulking agents in it. There's no additives in it. There's no binding agents, and all of those are in even the best supplements. And I always kind of think of myself, right? I am into nutrition and stuff, and I would spend money on getting the best of the best, but I would know kind of what to look out for. Most people, you haven't a clue where to start with a good vitamin.
And do you know, not help when you have like, you know, bloggers getting them all for free and jumping on them, or people with a lot of followers bringing out their own you know, white label supplements. None of it. It's so much information. And it's not an area that's very well regulated.
No.
So it's so important that you look for the very, very best.
The very,
and really,
very best,
I
yeah.
often say the proof is in the pudding.
100%.
Like if you're getting results.
Yeah.
So tell me, when would someone start to notice changes when they start to introduce these?
Well, the feedback we've gotten is within a week. So a friend of mine, so if you go onto our website, you'll see before and afters. You go onto our Instagram page, you'll see all the feedback that people get. And particularly with people with eczema and psoriasis, I've had amazing feedback with that. And again, that's down to the sulforaphane in the broccoli, sprout and beetroot. It is one of the most potent antioxidants on the planet.
Yeah, super antioxidant.
And so its two main properties are antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. And as you rightly said, all disease, all illness, all upset in the body comes from inflammation. So if you can reduce your inflammation, you're going to reduce any illness or anything that's going on with your skin.
And aging. Accelerated aging is
100%, because there's all oxidative stress on your cells, and if you can reduce that, your cells are glowing, they're more youthful, they're doing well. But if your cells are not doing well and they're compromised, that's what ages your skin, and that's what makes you feel tired. That's what makes you. And the other key thing, particularly because I know there'll be a lot of women watching this. Obviously, we have our menstrual cycle every month, right? So that has to be replaced. That nourishment that's just gone, all has to be replaced by your body. And if we're not giving our body what we need, obviously you're going to be banjoed. You're going to be so tired. You need iron, you need your more to create more blood. So the broccoli, sprout and beetroot is unbelievable for that, but so is the wheatgrass for a different reason, because there's chlorophyll in wheatgrass, and chlorophyll is like green blood for our bodies. It creates so many more red blood cells, so your body literally hoovers wheatgrass up and creates its own new blood. So it's amazing for anyone with anemia, fatigue, brain fog, anything like that. Like I personally, I'm only speaking about me, we have other feedback from ladies as well. I don't get any, what do you call it, symptoms, menstruation symptoms. Okay. I don't get tired. I don't even know when I'm getting it. Okay. Now I'm regular every month. Right. I don't get tired, I don't get fatigue, but I take my shots and have done for ever. So I'm constantly maintaining my nutrition at a level that my body is getting what it needs every single day. So I don't get the dips, I don't get fatigue, I don't get knackered. I have energy all the time, you know. So
I think the thing about Pearl Health, it will continuously present itself. The body will continuously present itself in different ways to you when it needs proper nutrition. Yeah. That could be depression, it could be lack of energy, it could be poor sleep, poor attention, all of those things. And what I think can happen is we end up then going to the doctor and trying to see if there's a pill that will answer these problems, when really what we need is better nutrition, you know. I'm trying to educate my kids with this because their food choices are awful. Right. That of a typical 13 or 15-year-old. And I'm trying to even say to them, if we could just get a shot of this into you each day.
100%.
You know, because, you know, things like your skin breaking out, or even Emer starting to get cracked the side of her mouth. And I'm like, Emer, that is your nutrition. It's all boiling right back down to what you're feeding your body. Also, constipation is huge.
Oh my God.
And actually, funny you mention that, because one of my good friends bought these for her husband. She bought them, I think, for the whole family, but she was hoping he in particular would lean on it. And she told me that it really helped him with regards to his digestion.
Amazing.
And he noticed that straight away.
Amazing.
But yeah, so, you know, like that, like I said, Pearl Health will present in many different ways. Yes. And then we have the fact that you brought both is that it was one of my favourite quotes, you know, the sum is greater than the individual parts. So it's that synergistic effect when both shots come together, they feed the body in many different ways.
Now, if someone has a preference, there are people that prefer the broccoli, sprout and beetroot or the wheatgrass. That could be down to taste. That's fine. You're going to see the best results. You're going to feel the best taking the two of them together every day, right? Because they do have different benefits. But listen, if you preferred one over the other and you just didn't want the other one, well then just take one, because one is still, they're so potently, both potently strong that at least it's something's better than nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and look, we're not taking these because they taste fantastic.
100%.
Because they're not laced with sugar.
No,
and I can guarantee anything that we are craving that
Yeah.
tastes fantastic most likely is laced in sugar. But they're fine. I mean,
It
mind
really
over
depends,
matter.
and it is a mind over matter. I personally don't mind the taste because I'm like, I just want the nutrition. I wouldn't care what it tastes like.
Absolutely,
I'll down
me
the
neither.
hatch. That's
Yeah.
me done for the day.
Yeah.
Bob's your
Yeah.
uncle, lovely.
Yeah.
So, but for some people it might be a blocker. But again, literally, as you said, they're not designed for taste. They're designed for pure nutrition. There's not an additive in it. There is not a bulk, there is nothing in this other than pure juice. The only thing better than that is if you're going to go and do the whole thing yourself. Next step is these, and then after that is the frozen. But once you go frozen or powdered, you're decreasing the nutrients a
And
lot.
you know, like I said, we're living in a society where we want this instant gratification and this instant result. You can't get more convenient than these. Like I have my little thing, for salt that I keep beside my hob, and then I've both of these trays. And honestly, while I'm cooking, I down these because my thought is, look, I don't know how much nutrition is in this spaghetti bolognese that I'm making here, or this Thai green curry, or whatever it is. But once I've down both of these, I don't really care. I'll sit and enjoy my dinner, and not have to think about that because I've already ticked these boxes. I've already downed, like you said, 1 kilogram of vegetables are the equivalent. And that's what's in my tummy, feeding my gut, preparing my body for what's to come next. But they are so convenient.
They're so convenient,
and they travel so well.
I bring them on holidays. I bring them every year. They have a 6-month shelf life, which is unbelievable.
Don't have to be refrigerated.
Don't have to be refrigerated. So you can leave them in work. Then leave them. A lot of people say to me, "Oh, I don't actually take them at home. I bring them to work." So that was one of the reasons I brought them out. I'm like, right, well, like there's a plethora of studies around wheatgrass and cancer, and people have healed themselves. That's how. That's why it's a superfood. It's why broccoli sprouts are a superfood. Like they're known for healing people with breast cancer. Not saying that that's what you do, but I'm saying there are so many studies, so many findings around the healing properties of these two particular juices. And that's fine if you're ill. Certainly you can turn to them, but to prevent any of them, as we said, inflammation is the root cause of all illness in the body, whether it's skin related or serious illness. So prevent it. So I'm I have me 2 shots every day. That's me done. I know I'm doing the absolute best I can for myself. And the fact that I know they're pure and there's nothing in them, I'm like, again, they're organic. They're only made from organic because I'm mad about organic. Because nowadays, I just feel if it isn't labelled organic, it's sprayed with pesticides. It's sprayed with bits and bobs. I just don't want any of that. So I just wanted to bring something that was going to be available for everyone to take.
And then also, a good friend of mine recently was quite ill, and they had to really build her up. She was 9 weeks in hospital, and they had to build her up nutritionally, and her swallow was compromised because she had been so ill. So I found these fantastic, and I was thinking about the days people arrive into hospital with a bottle of Lucozade and a bag of grapes. Like, could you think of anything worse to give someone who's ill?
When they're sick, I know.
But then I was like, I can think of nothing better than these shots.
And that's another really plus point with them. They're small, okay. You may like the taste, you may not like the taste, but that's all you have to get through for that amount of nutrition. And certainly we've a lot of people who are ill that take the juices, and like that, they may be convalescent, they can't have meals, they're not able to have dinners yet, they're not, but by God, of all the times that they need serious nutrition, it's now. So if they can get it into them, that's the 2 things that they need to be getting into them.
And obviously fine, pregnant and breastfeeding, obviously
I had them all through all of my, there's nothing, because I get asked that from a lot of pregnant ladies.
I guess because there's so many things, but you're thinking about, is a carrot fine? Is some broccoli and beetroot fine?
It's broccoli, it's beetroot,
and it's perfect. Exactly what you want in your breast milk.
Exactly.
And tell me, I had a friend recently, and I was doing a treatment for him, and he was saying to me how his doctor has him taking beetroot. Was it for blood pressure?
Yes, it's
Talk to us about that, because I was like, whoa boy, I have the perfect thing for you.
So beetroot again is renowned for decreasing blood pressure naturally. Any blood disorders naturally, and there's just a ton of stuff in there.
Does that come back to the red blood cells? That you mentioned?
The red blood cells. So there's again, beetroot has betalains in it and nitrates, so it increases oxygen in the blood naturally, and when that happens, it decreases the blood pressure, but it also increases oxygen and blood to the brain. So it really helps with brain fog. It's amazing. for your brain?
You know, brain. I'm 45 now, and I'm at a stage where I'm really investing in my brain health. You know,
Yeah,
as I
same.
say to my kids, it's so you guys don't put me in a home.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
You know, I'm so with my essential fatty acids, and it's really, really important.
Yeah, yeah.
How about we just down a shot?
We'll down and I'll do shots. This is a new way of doing shots.
Yeah, so I've got the wheatgrass. Cheers. I love both. And
I love both
said,
as well. I personally prefer the taste of the broccoli sprout and beetroot, but I won't ever go without my wheatgrass. You know,
I kind of feel with the wheatgrass, you just know it's good.
It tastes
like good.
It tastes like grass.
Gorgeous.
Like I really like them.
Me too.
Find the broccoli sprout and beetroot quite sweet.
Well, let's swap now. You
do
go.
swap them, yeah.
And I'll go beetroot. Do you know, I'm taking the net that off, but I actually love them.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, they don't like. You get used to the taste of them.
And even funny, I kind of find the wheatgrass a little sweet. You know, it has that kind
it
of,
does.
Yeah.
It initially has a sweet taste.
One thing about this is make sure you don't dribble on your sweater like I did last week.
Yeah, like that's sweet.
Like it's down in one go.
It's down. It's one mouthful.
Yeah, and I will say it came out perfectly fine in the sweater.
Oh,
so
did
it didn't stain at all.
Did it not?
No, it
Surprised.
didn't. It is my good laundry. Listen, Sarah, I wanted you on today because I'm fascinated with this product. I think it is an absolute brilliant addition to any family.
Yeah.
It's a great tool to lean on.
Yeah.
You know, I always believed in health starts from within, and if you think, you know, being healthy is expensive, try being ill.
I know.
Because that's when it really kicks off, you know, and how important it is to feed our body and all the demands that we put on our body. Like you already asked me when you came in, how do I do it all?
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't do it all if I didn't look after me first.
And you don't have the energy.
Exactly. I literally couldn't. And what's your plan? What's next? Are you thinking?
My goal is to have this in supermarkets everywhere because I want it for people to be able to pick it up. Genuinely, this, like I call it my do good business. And I want to give a shout out while I'm on to the girl that helps me, Erica. I'd be lost without her, and she loves the business, and she's just so supportive in us getting to where we need to go. So the next step, it's in a lot of health stores at the minute, it's in a lot of health cafes, so it goes hand in hand. If people are buying their salads or this, that and the other, they pick up their shots. I sell a lot online, so people do have them at home or in work, but I would love them in all supermarkets. I'd love people to be able to either pick up the few shots or they buy their box and they bring them home and their whole family have them, because in my humble opinion, there is nothing better than these shots out there. There really isn't. If there was, I wouldn't have started this, and I'd be buying it myself. Honest to God, the only reason I started this is because I couldn't find anything that bettered what I was doing at home and still give me the nutrients. Like the powder just wasn't washing with me, and neither was the frozen. So I was like, I want it in its purest form, and I want it now. I want it conveniently. I'm lazy, you know, as well. I want to take 2 shots.
Busy is the word.
Oh, that's actually, you're right. It is. It's busy, not lazy. But I want...
like juicing, fruit flies. Oh my God.
Rotten. I know.
Oh my God. I tried it once and I was like, I cannot deal with these fruit flies.
Yeah. And it's a lot of work. Like I honestly, I'd be buying this if I didn't do it. I'd be like, someone just give me the best stuff I can get for money, and I'll buy it. And I just couldn't find it. So it really is the best. And it's the fact that they're not like a normal juice. You can buy you know, the health shots in the super. I'm like, so the supermarkets are offering health shots, but as I said, they're like 70% pineapple juice or apple juice. I'm like, I can do that at home. I can buy apple juice. I can't. That's why these are literally the best of the best of the best. There is nothing that can compare to these juices, and particularly for people who are, as I say, it's kind of across the board, but if anyone is ill or knows someone who's ill, these are like the perfect present. You know, even if you don't want them for yourself, if there's someone who's sick in your family or friend or whatever, these are the perfect gift. Forget the flowers, bring them over some of these shots because they need this nutrition more than ever, you know, so.
So where you can head to No Hurt, No Harm.
Yeah, nohurtnoharm.ie. And we've loads of multi-buy options. So we've done it in a way, I wanted to bring it to make it as affordable as it possibly can for people to buy, because I want it available to everyone. But with the multi-buy options, it brings a bottle of juice down to $160.
Okay, great.
So it's like a third of the price of coffee. and
There you go.
that's your full nutrition for the day. So I'm like,
Certainly not a kilogram of vegetables in a coffee.
no, there's not. No, I would
yeah,
never
it's
say do without your
Oh,
coffee.
yeah. Hell no.
Never. I love the old coffee,
Yeah.
but I'm just doing the comparison. Like,
Yeah,
it's €4
yeah.
for a coffee now. It's 160 for your kg of raw organic goodness. You know.
And then we have a discount code because Tolan10.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
kindly given me
Yeah.
and all my followers and my
Yeah.
friends or my clients, whoever
Yeah.
want to use the discount code Tolan10 as well.
Yeah,
Sarah,
100%.
thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you for
on.
having me. I
Thank
really
you so much for
appreciate it.
creating such a
Oh.
formidable product.
My
and
pleasure,
bringing
my
this to
pleasure. I
market.
just hope, I want it out there to help as many people as possible. That's it.
Great stuff. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
you will. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah.